Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm Erica Cardenas. In light of everything going on in the country, today I'm taping the show from home to keep everyone safe. Today we're going to talk about ways to cope with isolation and the mental toll this pandemic has taken on all of us. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Technology is important now more than ever to keep us connected. We'll show you how one grandfather is relying on tech to keep him in touch. And valuable information about the coronavirus and your safety. All that and more in this episode of Your Health. We are sheltering at home right now to keep our country safe, but with that may come some anxiety. So joining me now is Dr. Marian Eberly to give us some tips on how to cope with all of this uncertainty. Welcome, doctor. Thank you for joining us. Is feeling anxious right now normal?
Yeah, we're creatures of habit. And when our routines are changed up, that causes all of us to be anxious. And we get a little nervous, especially when there are fears involved, right? You can see that with the toilet paper scrounging up and everybody looking for that. And what that's all about really is just it's like insecurity. You know, it's when people don't have enough of what they need, they get insecure, they get fearful. You can see them hoarding and behaving in very anxious ways.
How do we know when it's gone past normal?
When our sleep is being disturbed, that's a real sign. When you are finding that you cannot rest well, you're waking up several times during the night, if your appetite is changing, if you're eating too much, you're not eating enough, and your mood, you don't feel like you want to go outside, you don't feel like you want to do anything, you can't focus, you can't concentrate. All of those things are really signs of stress. Noticing if your mood is becoming very sad and your thoughts are going toward the negative all the time, that can be a sign that things are not going well for you and you do need some extra help to get through this.
So, doctor, how do we talk to our kids then about staying inside, not seeing their friends, and any fears they may be having?
I think we can definitely tell our kids that this is temporary. It's elongated, but it's still temporary. Things are going to get better, but we do have to adapt to change. And how can we do that? Well, first of all, we talk about our feelings with them, right? We let them know that their feelings do matter. What's important to them is important to us. We let them know that there are many things that we can do during this time to build resilience. Now, kids may not know that big 25-cent word, but resilience are things like humor, faith, creativity, these balance. Okay, so this can actually be a time where we reach deep and actually begin to see those resiliencies and build strengths.
Doctor, any helpful tips on ways that we can help our kids cope during this time?
Getting outside, activity is very important. Eating right, and routine. Establishing routine. I've noticed that a lot of kids, particularly teenagers, are sleeping in. They're really lethargic the rest of the day, or they get on video games and that's kind of it for their day. Maybe they do some schooling. That structure is really important. Getting to bed at a certain time, getting up at a certain time. Get yourself on a schedule, and that will definitely help you mentally.
Doctor, how important is physical activity and meditation right now?
Activity is essential because what it does for the brain is keep the brain obviously working the way we want it to work. Okay, so getting outside and getting fresh air and getting sunshine is very, very important. First of all, sunshine provides vitamin D, and vitamin D helps with depression. It's very important to not develop a sedentary lifestyle while this COVID-19 process is going on.
Doctor, any thoughts and tips on how we can endure these uncertain times ahead of us?
I feel that this is a time to really dig deep and recognize that there is a great amount of good that can come from seasons like this in our lives. And we really need to look at that. We need to recognize the strengths within, the resiliencies that we carry within us, and dig deep to expose those, such as sense of humor, There's faith. Faith is very important to many, many people, especially at times like this, and people find themselves digging deeper. I think we have to be careful to recognize that we do not allow fear to be the loudest voice we hear. It's very, very important to keep fear in perspective. What can you do now? It's not what I can't do, it's about what I can do. Be sure that I am balancing my life and doing everything I can to be nurtured, and that means to be sleeping well, to be fed well, and to get plenty of activity, and to get that social connection that we need, even though it be virtual.
Doctor, thanks so much for all your great advice and your tips.
Erica, thank you so much for this opportunity to share with you and your viewers today. It's been a pleasure.
Addiction is a disease of isolation. So during this uncertain time, it may put recovery at risk for many. Here's a story of one father who kicked his addiction and is on his way to sobriety.
I went to school for a little while at ASU, and then I started working full-time, doing construction, got a place on my own, and me and my son and my son's mom moved in together. I started drinking a little bit more and started drinking more frequently by myself. I was dealing with stress, anxiety, and I started turning to, drugs, pills, whatever the case may be, kind of just searching for an escape. Me and my son's mom ended up splitting up when my son was about 3. I can't tell you how many times I said to myself, all right, this is my last night. This is the last time I'm gonna drink or whatever. I had ended up losing my apartment. I was basically living out of my car or hopping couches. And I was on the verge of, losing my son. At that point, I'm like, I need some help. I need to go to treatment. I did my research online, started looking at different places throughout the valley, and then Decision Point came up. They kind of welcomed me in with open arms and were very encouraging. Some of the other treatment centers, they kind of put everybody into one big bowl and treat a lot of the clients the same. Whereas here, they have specific treatment plans for each individual. We have a really close community, a really great group of people here. We spend every day together. My first month here, I got to go on a canyoneering trip. And for me, that's a very therapeutic aspect because being out in nature is something I really hold dear to myself. Not only was it a great view, but it was a great challenge as well. It kind of correlates to what sobriety is gonna be like. You pushing through and not giving in when the times get tough is where growth is made. I've been here for 90 days now, and today I am graduating. They make sure you have a clear-cut plan for when you leave here, so that way you're best set up for success. Decision Point saved my life. They didn't just teach me how to get sober, they taught me how to stay sober. And they taught me how to love myself again, because I didn't think that was possible before. Today I have confidence in myself, I believe in myself. I really am optimistic of what the future holds for me. I've kept in contact with my son since I've been here. I can be a present and sober dad for him and give him the father that he deserves. I know how it feels to feel hopeless and in despair, but there's absolutely a way out, and you just have to give the opportunity to go into treatment. I believe that when you surrender, when you stop fighting things, that's when you're able to make the growth. But I know it's a tough decision to make, but it's the best decision I've ever made. I'm Blake, I'm 26 years old, and I was a heroin addict.
For those in recovery, rehab meeting closures can put their sobriety at risk. Organizations across the country are adjusting their services online. So if you're struggling, reach out to your treatment facility to join an online meeting. Here's what's coming up next on the show. Today, technology is our lifeline to keep our connections. We'll see how one grandfather is using tech to stay in touch. Be a struggle for many, and at times surgery may be the only answer. Let's see how the Weight Loss Institute of Arizona can help you on your weight loss journey.
If you're looking for bariatric surgery, you want to go to a place that's doing many of these a year because we know how to avoid the pitfalls. We have algorithms for just about everything. And we also have the ability to pick the best team. One of my dietitians has been with me since 2005. He's seen thousands of patients. He heard every story. He helped every patient. He has something that's going to work for you. Our support groups, with the volume of patients we have a community of weight loss patients where you're going to be able to identify with these people. The patients they help out each other.
As a 20-year-old woman sitting on a roller coaster with your husband next to you and having 16-year-olds, 4 of them literally try to push your fat in, try to push your skin in, try to push you closer to your husband just to buckle a seatbelt. It was absolutely mortifying. And especially as a nurse, I felt like I should have known better. I should have done more. I knew that I'd seen patients do well with getting a gastric sleeve. They always did well. And so that was the next step for me, was meeting with a surgeon and going through and getting prepped for a gastric sleeve. I went through a 6-month diet with the surgeons, and then after that had the sleeve, and then it took me 6 months to lose the 100 pounds, but I did lose it and I've kept it off since that day.
Well, when I told my daughter's daughter, my granddaughter, I said, Poppy's going in to have surgery, she started crying. And I was like, no, it's for me to get better, for me to be around you a lot longer.
Mr. Morelos is looking to get a sleeve gastrectomy. His goal is to lose somewhere between 130 and 150 pounds. And with the surgery, a strong diet and exercise program, with the multidisciplinary help of our surgical team, as well as our dietitians, exercise physiologists, psychologists, support groups, we're hoping to get him that goal.
They've actually been really good on telling you everything between the financing to nourishment, what you're going to be eating, drinking, and you learn so much.
Every time that I come into work, the staff loves to tell everyone, oh, the nurse that had the surgery is here today. And I always try to talk them through what I went through the day of surgery and tell them how my experience was, to be able to hear that not only am I a skilled healthcare professional, but I've also been where they are as an individual. And I'm able to really put people at ease. And so I can help talk them through both aspects of it, the healthcare part and the patient part. You can start your new life by visiting us on the website. Get to start your journey just like us.
It can be hard, but try to stay on track with your physical health during this time. That activity can also be key to your mental well-being. Gyms may be closed, but many of them, along with yoga studios and trainers, are offering free lessons online. This might be a good time to check out that Zumba or dance class you've always wanted to try. Stick around, there's more to come on your health. Questions about the coronavirus and your safety? We have advice next. Health visits may be on hold right now, but as the doctors at Honor Health explain, the importance of getting a colonoscopy can't be understated.
My name is Jose Machine. I'm one of the board-certified gastroenterologists here with Honor Health. First decided in gastroenterology back in med school. Since then, I've been fascinated by the study in gastroenterology. I was fortunate enough to move on and get a training at Creighton University. Since then, I've been passionate about helping my patients with their GI diseases. Colon cancer, basically, it's a malignant growth that occurs in the large intestine. People over 50, the chance of getting colon cancer goes higher. Obviously, it can happen at younger age if you have family members with colon cancer or other certain conditions in the GI tract. Colon cancer can affect your everyday life. If you don't diagnose it in time, many patients will need to get chemotherapy, will need to get surgery as part of the treatment for it. So colon cancer prevention is very important. We have here at Honor Health many ways to offer preventive testing. There's stool-based tests, there's x-ray testing, there's actually direct visualization of the colon with the colonoscopy. So by doing one of these tests, you can prevent colon cancer. So many patients have certain myths or stigmas about the process of the colonoscopy. So first of all, colonoscopy, it's a procedure that we do very frequently. It's a very safe procedure. We use a flexible camera with a light to go throughout the rectum to survey the colon looking for these polyps. Most of the time, we're only paying attention to the monitor and not at your behind. There's a lot of stories out there, to be honest. Every day we do a colonoscopy, we many times find colon polyps. These are removed. Every time we remove a polyp, there's association of less rate of colon cancer. That's why colonoscopy is very important. Colon cancer information is readily available. If you visit your primary care physician here at Honor Health, they'll be able to offer you different types and alternatives in terms of colon cancer screening.
We all know the importance of washing our hands to combat the coronavirus, but how safe are the surfaces we touch or the packages from the mail? COVID-19 is a new disease, so we're learning more every day, but recent research from the New England Journal of Medicine gives us some insight to how long it lives on surfaces. It reports that on hard, shiny surfaces like countertops, door handles, and your phone, the virus can last up to 72 hours. The virus does degrade over time, but be sure to disinfect these areas and/or wash your hands after touching them. On cardboard, paper, and fabrics, they can last up to 24 hours. So if you're getting a lot of packages delivered, it might be a good idea to let them sit in your garage for a day, or make sure to wipe them down with a bleach solution or disinfectant wipe before opening. Keep in mind these surfaces don't have to be the enemy as long as you wash your hands and always avoid touching your face. Don't go away, we have more to come on Your Health, including the story of one grandfather using technology to stay in touch. Has a program called Grand Stories that highlights the importance of seniors staying connected. We thought that everyone could relate to Larry's story at this time when we're all so far apart.
I think about Pat every night that I go to bed, every morning that I wake up. I miss her a lot. I did tend to isolate myself for a while there. Getting close to Jessica would mean a lot to me. Since her grandma's been gone, we don't see that much of each other. So maybe this will help us reconnect. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Someone comments or likes or posts on your wall, it'll go to this.
Select profile picture.
There's you and your wife. You want to do that one?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I thought it would be nice if you could post to your granddaughter's wall.
Oh, okay. I've never tried that.
I want to teach you how to do the video part.
Okay.
You're going to click on that.
Now I start.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica. It's Papa. I'm learning how to post a video so we'll be able to communicate much better. And so I'm enjoying this.
All you have to do is press post.
All right. That's cool. That's kind of cool.
You've impressed me with this video upload.
Oh.
Look at your mad skills.
So she wrote that back already?
She wrote that back just
Gosh.
now.
Oh, yeah. How did they ever come up with all this? Hi, Jessica. It's Papa. I'm sitting here at my desk and wanting to explain how I first met your grandmother. I worked up enough nerve to ask her if she would dance with me. We knew we had just 2 weeks to spend together before I got shipped out. And so we got to know each other through letters. We wrote every day, and we numbered our letters. On the left side, number 1, and then how many days I had left on the other side. Anyway, this is the first letter from Mima to me. My dearest, darling Larry, I sure hope the rest of this month goes fast. I love you so much and can hardly wait until our wedding day. I've got something here that says Jessica Woods.
Hi, Papa. It's been really great seeing those videos that you've posted these last couple weeks. It has inspired me to share a little something with you as well. Mima wrote me a letter, a very special letter, on my 16th birthday. I have it right here. I always seem to find it around the time that I might be struggling or just need those words of encouragement. So I just wanted to share that with you, Papa. I love you so much. Bye.
Wow. Love it.
I actually brought the letter with me that I posted in the video.
Oh, good.
Dear Jessica.
You know what you mean?
My little Kika Bear, today is your 16th birthday, and it seems like it was just yesterday when I was holding you in my arms at your birth. Always know how much your grandpa and I love you and will always be there for you. Happy 16th to a beautiful granddaughter. Love, Mima. She's so good with her words.
Getting together with Jessica has given me more purpose now and direction. I feel better about what's happening in my life. Hi, Jessica. It's me again.
Thank you for joining us on Your Health. Stay well and stay home so we can all stay healthy. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.